Greetings, today we're looking at my most anticipated up-and-coming VR flat screen mods. Now these are mods made by devs usually in their spare time that can be applied to traditionally flat screen games to turn them into fully functioning VR gameplay experiences. Now most of the mods in this list require a computer to work, although there is one that is for the Oculus Quest and can be played standalone natively on the Quest. Now if you do like the video, it really helps me out if you give it a thumbs up, and if you like it enough that you'd consider subscribing, that'd also be much appreciated. So now let's check out the list. Now I just mentioned a few things real quick before we get onto the list. Now as far as I'm aware, many of these mods here are free, but you will need to own the base version of the game in order to use them. All of the mods in the list are PCVR mods except for one mod which is for the Oculus Quest. So if you do own something like a Quest, you'll need to have a computer that firstly can run these mods, and secondly that you can link up to your Oculus Quest to play them. So you can do this wirelessly using something like Airlink or Virtual Desktop, or via a cable like the Oculus Link cable. And finally, these mods are up and coming, so we don't have a release date for many of them, but if you want to be kept up to date with the latest on these mods, there is a Discord channel which I will link in the description below that will give you all the latest information on these up and coming mods featured in this list. Although if you did want to know more about flat screen VR mods that you can play right now, Matteo311 has a nice little list over on his channel. I'll link that video in the description below, where he covers 10 fantastic flat screen VR mods that you can get your hands on and play right now. But now let's get on to our list. First on my list is PreyDog's Resident Evil 2 and 3 VR mod. So this is a PC VR mod that works with the latest Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. So as you can see, the mod is first person. It also has full motion controller support. Now as I understand, you can play the Resident Evil remakes in virtual reality. I think you need something like VulpX, which is a piece of software that you have to pay for, and then you have to download a first person mod for the game. If you're interested in playing it that way, there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube if you just do a quick search. But playing it that way doesn't make use of the motion controllers, whereas this mod does. So basically this mod is going to be a more complete and immersive VR experience than anything that's currently out there. And the footage you're seeing here is of course the mod in action. Now, even though it is still in development, it's looking pretty impressive. PreyDog has not only had to program full motion controls into the game, but also turned a third person game into a first person game. So it sounds like a lot of work. As to when it's going to be released, we have no exact date yet. A lot of these mods are done for free by people in their spare time, so it's sort of ready when it's ready, but let's hope that's soon. And when it comes to this next series, is there anything more iconic than this crowbar? This is Half-Life 2 of course, and it's getting the VR treatment. So there's a bit of a backstory to this one. I won't go into too much detail, but all you need to know is back in 2017, Valve greenlit the Half-Life 2 VR mod project. And for various reasons, it just didn't take off and was left to die like a head crab to the face. But very recently, two modders, Kabbalistic and Dr. Beef, with Dr. Beef and his team being the legends responsible for these fantastic Oculus Quest mods, or should I say ports, that let you play classic flat screen games like Half-Life, the original Doom and Doom 3 in full virtual reality. Well, they stepped in to revitalise the project, and apparently in the last few weeks, Dr. Beef has rewritten almost all of the VR code to run a whole lot better, and Kabbalistic has also done some great work to get MSAA working for textures too. So what all of this means is that there is hope for this project yet, and I think we might see this being released. As with the Resident Evil mod, we don't know when this is going to be. And just like the Resident Evil mod before, you can also play Half-Life 2 in VR right now using Gary's mod. Now, while this is pretty cool and it does support motion controllers, it's not going to be the ultimate Half-Life 2 VR experience like this project could be, given that it's specifically created for Half-Life 2. So if you want the better VR experience, I'd recommend waiting for this one to be released. Annex Port is the only game on this list that actually is for the Oculus Quest. So this is done by Dr. Beef and his team, and these guys have a track record of greatness, so I am 100% confident this is going to be a high quality port. And the game you're seeing here that's going to be ported to the Oculus Quest in full VR is Wrath, AEON of Ruin. and you'll be forgiven for thinking that this game is a retro game. It's actually quite new. It's by 3D Realms and Prey, who are the creators of Duke Nukem 3D and Max Payne. This is designed to be a hardcore first-person shooter done in the style of legendary retro shooters like Quake. As you can see, it looks quite intense and fast-paced, so like many other Dr. Beef ports, if you do suffer from VR sickness, then approach this one with caution. The game itself is still in early access. They have this roadmap here, and they plan to release the full game in 2022. But Dr. Beef's port is actually planned for release in 2021, so hopefully we'll see this come to the Oculus Quest in the next few months. So what some players are saying about this game is it feels like a proper Quake sequel. So done in the original theme of Quake, but it also has a non-linearity to it, and it's kind of hexagon hub system that basically refers to a series of interconnected maps that you can go between and do stuff, and stuff you do in one map can impact upon another map. So it might be good to play Dr. Beef's Quake VR port on the Oculus Quest first, before going on to Wrath Aeon of Ruin. It seems like the two games might work well, one played after the other. And now our final game is another PCVR title. This is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is without a doubt one of the best Zelda games out there. Some reviewers have given it a 10 out of 10. And with this mod, you'll be able to play Zelda Breath of the Wild running at 4K in full native virtual reality. Overall, the modder Crementif says the overall progress will be slow on this one since it's not the easiest game to mod. But they say that the hardest work has now been done, and they will be releasing something publicly soon. So keep your eye on that Discord channel because I expect something to be coming out possibly this year. And from some of the demo footage we can see it running in first person but also third person, so it'd be interesting to see if you can have both options in the final release. We do know the final release is definitely going to be free, but of course you still need to provide a copy of the game yourself. As to what needs to be done, the developers say you need to improve the HUD a bit more, there's some optimizing to do, and the 3D VR effect needs to be improved a bit more. It's still not perfect, but from the footage I can see here, it's looking visually stunning. One of the best games ever made in my opinion, and I just cannot wait for it to come to VR. So what do you think of that list? Which mod in that list are you most looking forward to? Or maybe there's a mod that I haven't included in that list that you're really excited about. Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll catch you in the next video.
It sound right, boys.